Walking back into the center on a Saturday night, none other than Shake Milton, one of the captains of the Sixers bench unit, which has really helped the team so far this season. And so far this season, the 76ers have been looking really good, at least in the 2020 portion. And here's our guy warming up on the floor as the 76ers get ready to begin a two-game set. That's right, a two-game series against their opponent tonight, the Charlotte Hornets. How you doing? Welcome into 7-6 Live Countdown once again, presented by Tissot. I'm Brian Seltzer. Lauren Rosen reporting from South Philadelphia. Lauren, what are the vibes like there?
The vibes are strong tonight, Seltz. It seems like people are happy about the new year. Good vibes all around. I like that we're doing like a vibe check at the beginning of the show every night. I think that should be a thing.
We have to do it. You're there. You can report on the feel. You can take the temperature. You can give us a barometer. You're one of these select chosen few who gets access to the building.
It feels good to be here. Every night I've been here this season, I've missed the fans very dearly, like on a very deep level, but it's a pleasure to be here. Happy to get to see the guys looking really, really good in the early runnings of the 2020-2021 season.
Listen, I think the main headline is, and the main question surrounding the Sixers right now is, can they do in that arena in 2021 what they did, or should I say did not do, in 2020?
It seems like so far, maybe. Of course, these are players that really love their fans. This is the best, in my opinion, I'm biased, of course, home court advantage in the NBA. And we've got a little of that for sure when it comes to the energy. The Sixers entertainment squad has been awesome, but nothing really replaces the fans. So hopefully by the end of 2021, maybe that status will change.
Well, hopefully for however you spent your New Year's Eve night 2 days ago, the 76ers were a part of it. They certainly did not disappoint, rolling all over the Orlando Magic 116-92, handing Orlando its first loss of the season. We'll dive into that in a moment. We've got some injury updates for tonight's game. Furkan Korkmaz obviously is out. We knew that. But also about an hour ago, the team announced that Mike Scott won't be playing tonight with a contusion in his left knee that he suffered, Lauren, in the fourth quarter of that win over Orlando the other night.
And you and I discussed right before we went on seeing who might end up stepping in their place. We haven't seen a lot of new Sixer Terrence Ferguson, maybe a little bit of Dakota Mathias, who's been a great shooter, or at least in his opener. He did a really good job being aggressive, and the jump shot looked good. That's what he's known for. So we'll see if maybe one of them gets to crack into the rotation tonight.
And I think that's something else Doc Rivers allowed for, at least as far as what he said a few minutes ago in his pregame address, is that he might switch up his rotations a little bit. It might not be apples for apples. He might stagger some of his top-line players with some of the reserves to give the 76ers some more balance against a Charlotte team that's 2-3 on the year, coming off a tough loss against Memphis last night in the first of a back-to-back, but does have wins against Brooklyn and Dallas. So that's something that you take notice of.
Yeah, they've shown some energy. They've shown potential. Obviously, Brooklyn and Dallas are not easy teams to beat this season with the star power that they bring. And a team like Charlotte that might not have the same caliber of stars to go out and get those wins, it's a big deal. It's a good league, and there have been some really interesting, if you look across the league, there have been some interesting wins that maybe people wouldn't have expected, and obviously Charlotte already got a couple of those. So hopefully that type of thing doesn't repeat tonight.
Listen, it's tough to be greedy in just the first week of the season. The 76ers going into Thursday's game at Amway Center were 3-1, but I think that the one thing that you could say about the first four games the Sixers played win or lose, is that we didn't see a full 48-minute performance from Doc Rivers' team. Well, right off the bat, after, let's say, the first 5 or 6 scoring possessions for each team, it was like blast off. The Sixers were clicking on all cylinders, the defense paving the way for a high-octane offense. And after the first, I don't know, Lauren, I want to say maybe 6-7 minutes, you knew which team was in a really good spot to win that game, and the 76ers were in total control the entire time.
They looked very good on New Year's Eve. And I know that going into Orlando has actually been a challenge for this team. And so some of them really wanted to get that one, and they showed it from the beginning. Obviously, they were up by 38 points at one point, which is no small feat, and really held control of the contest throughout. There you see Ben Simmons hitting a 3. Dwight Howard would hit one later in the night as well. Everybody was eating from beyond the arc. Matisse Thybulle got his first pair of 3s this season. Tobias Harris with the commanding slam there at the beginning of the game. So they really, like you said, set the tone early and managed to keep it up throughout.
And everyone got to eat that night, Lauren. The Sixers had 3 players with at least 20 points. Seth Curry was another, but those dunks, like the one we just saw from Joel and Tobias Harris before that, and Ben Simmons with the rhythm corner 3-pointer, from the outgo, you could get the sense that the juju was good for the Sixers. They led by as many as 38 points, and something that I know stood out to you as far as what the players and Doc Rivers were talking about after the game, it also stood out to me. It was like everyone was like, no big deal. I mean, this was a great performance by us, but we still feel like we've got a long ways to go and grow, which I love to hear that.
They all agreed that there was another level to tap into. They said it after Toronto. They said it again after this dominant win over Orlando. Doc Rivers said it first, and then all the players that spoke afterwards said, look, like, we're just getting started. And how exciting is that to watch a performance like this with so many players firing on all cylinders, who at the end of the night felt like they could do more. So it's something to watch. Certainly it's good that it's still early in the season, and as they continue to level up, something like that beautiful play is something we'll hope to see quite a bit more from these 76ers.
Right, and the fans are in the building or not, got the bench up on its feet to celebrate. Shake Milton with a strong finish in the game against the Magic as the Sixers went on to win 116-92 to, at that point, force a tie for the best record in the NBA. And I think, Lauren, you just touched upon something really significant. It's that you want to see the 76ers not use a game like Thursday as validation, but further inspiration. We want to see them, I think, if you're a fan out there, harness that and empower them to try and just continue to build upon it and improve, not just rest on laurels now that they came out after 1 week and knocked the previously undefeated team out of its socks, you know?
Well, I think last week both games were really good for confidence for this group. They went up against a Toronto Raptors team that's given them trouble, that obviously has more than a few stars that are able to give the Sixers problems, and they came back from behind, showed grit, showed their ability to climb back into a win. And then a couple days later, they did the dominant type of win where it was wire to wire. They've shown that they can fight back from a deficit. They've shown that they can maintain a lead. It was a really big, productive week for this team last week, I think.
Ben Simmons talking about a big victory for the 76ers on New Year's Eve in Orlando.
I think it's good. I think everyone's hungry and everyone realizes that. Every day everyone comes in with the great a great mindset. I think it's good. I think everyone's hungry and everyone realizes that. Every day everyone comes in with the great mindset to win and get better, both offensively and defensively. So I think everyone's really pushing each other, to get there.
You love to hear it. Ben Simmons on the stat sheet on Thursday, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 8 dimes, a couple steals. But, Lauren, it really sounded like Doc Rivers felt that Ben was key to the whole victory, key in setting the tone for how the 76ers came out and really seized control of that game from the jump.
Well, Ben has really stood out throughout his career on both ends of the floor, but this season especially, he's been so dominant on the defensive end that it can set the tone for the whole team. And I liked what Ben said himself after the game. Someone asked him about only scoring 9 points in a game. Ben says, you know what? I don't care if I score 0 points. If we're up 30, 40, 50 points, that's good enough for me because I'm making an impact where it matters. If other people are scoring, great. That means Ben probably found them more than a few times, 10 times if you count Thursday's assists. So I like that spirit that Ben feels he can contribute anywhere. It doesn't always have to be in the scoring column. And this was a perfect example.
I think someone else on that we got to give some love to is a shooting star for the 76ers early on this season, Seth Curry. He has been awesome over his last 4 games, especially shooting above 50% from outside the arc. He's second in the league behind former Villanova standout Dante DiVincenzo now with the Bucks in terms of three-point shooting for guys who've taken at least 25 three-point attempts. He's been terrific, and it's really been fun, I think, seeing the chemistry evolve between him and Joel Embiid in particular.
Absolutely. We've already seen the two of them connect for what would end up being a game winner, and it's really cool to see Seth fall into such a good rhythm with his new team. He's one of the greatest, statistically speaking, shooters of all time in the National Basketball Association. He's a 76er, and he's really starting to click with his new teammates. If this is how he's starting his career as a Sixer, I think there are a lot of good things to come from Mr. Seth Curry. That was bound to happen at some point.
Listen, I think it shouldn't even be noticed. People shouldn't even talk about the confusion. They're just such similarities in the sounds and the spellings and the pronunciations. It's just, the Curry.
I know, but I wanted to get it perfect. I wanted to get it perfect all season. But obviously, Seth, a Sixer, and we love to see it. He looked really, really good against the Magic, scoring a season-high 21 points. He's already had a pair of 17-point performances, and that's exactly what you like to see from someone with the potential that Seth has from behind the arc. It was so good to see him hit 5 of 7 in this game. And when he puts the shot up, you just feel this level of confidence. I don't know about you, Celts, but when it leaves his hand, you just feel like it's going in.
No question about it. And one of the nice things about Curry is he a gifted shooter from outside the arc? Of course he is. But he can also do a bit to create his own shot, really get after defenders if they run him off the line or attempt to. So that's, I think, a nice subtlety and wrinkle to Seth Curry's game. And also his facilitating touch has been a strong point as well. He's been a nice pickup for the Sixers, and he's done well through the first week and a half of the season. And after the win against the Magic on Thursday, he talked about how the performance of one guy especially has helped open things up for him and his teammates.
It's pretty simple. If one guy on, he can go to work and get it bucket or foul majority of the time. But and then once we throw it in there and get him a good pass and good position, it's our job to space the floor correctly. We're getting better at finding our spots where we want to be when he gets double teamed, and he's getting better every game at delivering out of that trap and that double team. And we did a good job of moving the ball around, mixing in three-point shots off of those double teams and driving the basketball. So, we're tough to guard when the ball's hopping around and Joel doing the thing, scoring and passing out of the double team.
In a normal season, would have been a cool opportunity for Seth Curry to see his dad tonight. His dad, Dell, does TV for the Charlotte Hornets, which are in town, but we know, of course, this is not a normal year, and the visiting team's broadcast crews do not travel with them this season. But, hey, the hometown squad is on the opposite side of one of Charlotte's finest, Seth Curry, and he's just fit in real nice.
I am with you. I love those family moments, but luckily every night is a family moment for Seth when your father-in-law is your head coach.
Speaking of great moments, I'm on the scroll a lot. I'll admit that. But I really feel like I don't speak the true language of the Twitter masses the way that you do, Lauren. And I think I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to have you throw it to our next segment featuring Christian Crosby. You can give a little context for what some of the Sixers fans and Sixers Twitter has really responded to. And it's such an awesome story. What we can look forward to after wins these days, where we're all distanced and not with one another.
I will tell you what, Celts, so many people, not even Sixers fans, have reached out to me about these two women that are about to have a conversation with our very own Christian Crosby. The Sixers win song is obviously legendary to Sixers fans, but these ladies have taken it to a whole nother level post-game. It's been such a pleasure to watch. It's honestly made me kind of emotional. They're so wonderful at what they do. And Christian now is going to have a conversation with two people that you might have seen on Twitter over the last couple days, Erica and Sadie.
All right, we're going to keep the pregame show going, and I'm here with two people you've probably seen either on Twitter or TikTok because they have a really cool viral video performing the Sixers theme song with some really cool instruments. I'm here with Erica and Sadie. How are you guys? What's up?
I'm good. Awesome. Thanks for having us.
I got to ask, I'm assuming you two are diehard Sixers fans, but I just want to confirm this before we start our interview.
Yeah.
I see it. Hold up the Sixers swag. I love it. So I want to know how this video came about. I started seeing it on my timeline, and then I saw it again, and then I saw it again, and then the next thing you know, it's everywhere. I believe that it started with you, Sadie. So tell me a little bit about how you guys got into playing instruments and how this whole thing came about.
Should I start with like my Twitter account as far as that goes?
Sure, yeah. I just want to know how the idea came about in the first place. Like, what made you want to play the Sixers theme song?
Well, I've been playing the piano for 6 years, and I've been a huge Sixers fan for a long time. So I just wanted to combine those two things together. And then I posted a video on Twitter, and I had all these people saying, like, we need you to do this every single win. Like, this is going to be happening like 72 times this year. Keep posting every time. So I did it. And then I think around when we played the Raptors, I believe, was when Erica duetted my video, and that got a lot of attention. So that's really just, how it happened.
Now, how long have you been playing the piano?
For 6 years. I'm in 10th grade, and I started when I was in 4th grade. So.
Wow. And so you're a diehard Sixers fan. You said, why not? I'm going to play a Sixers theme song, and it just took off on the internet from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Erica, tell me how you kind of included yourself into this story. You saw the video, and then what happened?
So it all started with Sadie. When I saw her video, it really inspired me to lay down some strings because I've been playing the violin for a long time, but I never imagined including that with sports. So when I saw Sadie's rendition of the Sixers, I thought this is a great way to incorporate your love for music and your love for sports. So being able to combine that made me really happy.
I love it. What can we expect from you two next? I feel like we cannot stop here. Like, how do we make this bigger and better?
As far as my side of it goes, I haven't really thought of it. It's just that I post, every single time the Sixers win. So it's crazy because I always have people, a minute left in the game, and I'm getting like 20 tweets like, Sadie, where's the video at? Where's the video at? So it's crazy that, all these people are just waiting for my video to come. So just every time the Sixers win, there's going to be a new video.
Erica, are you going to keep the music coming or what?
It's been really amazing to see people adding on because after we posted the video of the duet, so many other people started saying, maybe I should put on this instrument or this instrument. And there have been other people that posted their videos that added on to the one of both of us. So it made me so happy to see this community keep growing because the online Sixers community, especially on Twitter, is something that is a really great place and it's really fun. So being able to bring more people into it, I think is really, really fun and special. And it just proves how amazing our fan base is.
I love it. As before I wrap up, I got to know your true Sixers fandom. You got to tell me, who is your favorite Sixers player of all time? Who are you guys big fans of on the team?
Of all time, of all time, I would say Joel Embiid. And currently, either Joel or Matisse. I'm wearing Matisse's jersey right now.
Okay, I love that. I love that. What about you, Erica? Favorite Sixer? Favorite current Sixer?
Right now, I'm all about Shake. My gosh, he's on fire, and we're all really excited to keep seeing him do well.
Love Shake. Gotta love Shake. Have you guys ever met your favorite Sixers?
Yeah, I met Matisse. He did a meet and greet about a little more than a year ago at what is it called? Love Park, I think, in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to that and I met him. So,
Erica, I know you said you like Shake, but I heard you were part of the Mike Scott Hive. Is this true?
It's true. We have met Mike a few times. He always astounds me with his kindness and how much heart and time he gives to his fans. So there are so many reasons to love Mike Scott, but him being so close with his fans is huge.
Well, listen, we're not done just yet. I do have a guest that I want to bring into the Zoom with you guys. Hopefully he can hear my cue, but I do have a really, really fun Sixers member who wanted to come in and say hi. I'm pretty sure you can see him right now. Fan's best friend, man's best friend, the best mascot in the NBA, Franklin, is here. He's on mute, but he's not stopping his dance moves right now. Franklin, what's up, bro? What do you got going on? I see you're at the stadium right now. Game's about to happen. We love it. How are you feeling? What? Thumbs up. You're feeling good. It looks like Franklin has something. I'm trying to see what he's doing. I have a gift. Okay, it looks like Franklin has a gift. Franklin, what is the gift? Oh, is that looks like some sick 76er swag. Is that for Sadie and Erica? Looks like it is. It is.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
a beanie hat. A beanie hat.
I don't have a beanie. That's amazing.
Got a little beanie and a t-shirt. He's not slowing down at all. This is amazing.
Oh my
you guys got a beanie hat, a Sixers shirt. It looks like a Sixers hoodie. Franklin's not done. Franklin, you got something else?
You're spoiling us.
This is incredible, guys. Okay, we'll be patient, Franklin. We're halftime. I'm not sure halftime. Franklin, what do you mean halftime? Oh, no way. You're not serious. You mean to tell me you want them to perform their Sixers rendition of "Here They Come" at halftime when fans are finally allowed in the stadium? Guys, I don't know what you want me to do right now. I am super excited for you. Congratulations. You guys are going to perform your rendition at halftime. As soon as fans are allowed in that building, you will have the opportunity to perform at halftime. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
How are you guys feeling about that?
This is all because of Sadie. Like, I've been playing, I'm way older than Sadie. I have some years behind me. I've never had an idea like this just because it's the violin. Who's sitting in an arena and wants to hear the violin? So this is all because of her creativity, and she was kind enough to be cool with letting me play. So Sadie, thank you.
Sadie, how are you feeling? You get to play in front of your favorite Sixers.
I don't know how to react. I don't know. It's just crazy because now a month ago, no one knew who I was. I was just this 15-year-old girl that plays the piano for fun. And now, my favorite sports team on the planet is gonna know I exist. So it's crazy.
Well, I'm so glad to be a part of this. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet both of you. Wonderful job with your incredible viral video. And now you get to perform it in front of the team, in front of fans. Couldn't be a happier ending. And I'm so happy for you guys. All I ask for at this point, I want you to look at the camera and give me your best Let's Go Sixers on 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Let's
go Sixers.
Thank you, guys.
That was awesome. I'm so inspired by the two of them. I did not realize that she's 15 years old. I wish I was that accomplished when I was 15 years old. You love to see, for me, honestly, the intersection between art and sports is so special. And this was so organic and awesome to see online. I can't wait to get them in the arena as soon as possible.
Daryl Morey shouting them out after the game against the Toronto Raptors, who should also shout out our man, Dave Grzybowski, who hopped in and provided a saxophone solo and sax layer after the game against the Orlando Magic on New Year's Eve. So I think that's something that the two of them touched upon, Eric and Sadie, that's been really cool, is that now, Sadie in particular, she's being flooded with these other musicians who want to jump in and contribute to a now instantly viral tradition. It's awesome.
I saw Mount Joy step in and enjoy as well. It was so cool to see this sort of come up, and I can't wait to see how it evolves as the season continues and hopefully see them in person as soon as possible. Awesome job, ladies. Awesome job, Christian, for getting that interview. what a treat it's been to watch this sort of develop.
I got to say, Franklin's also got some very good penmanship. I would have never expected it, but based on the sign that he held up, I thought that was pretty good. Listen, you all probably don't know this. You might not need to know it, but I will vouch for it. A person with excellent penmanship is none other than Tom McGinnis. Here he is, talking about the game tonight.
Great to catch up with a fully clad Tom McGinnis from the center. Fans were looking, and probably other people too, for a full 48 from the 76ers. They definitely got that win at Orlando on New Year's Eve. That was really impressive.
Well, that was, and to me, that would be kind of the marquee matchup of the season, at least going into that game, because, they were undefeated, and, the winner now, the Sixers tied for first in the East. So, yeah, it was a comfortable win. When you look back, up 35 at the half, a Sixers team in the history of the franchise has never had that kind of lead at the half on the road. So that was really impressive. And like I said, you post game on the radio, just to be on the road, it was New Year's Eve, for the group to kind of just be able to relax and enjoy, I think was probably really refreshing for them, because, the other wins, the other three wins have been kind of a grind, a tight game, certainly down the stretch. So to tonight, now you're playing a team, and again, coaches don't talk this way, but as media members and fans, we can sort of do, and that is, this is a game the Sixers should win. They had some nice wins, but they lost last night against Memphis. So how do you handle that? It's kind of along that streamline of Doc Rivers saying, all right, you got a 20-point lead. Let's build it up. So you're battling against human nature a little bit. Expected to win. In the past, the Sixers against a sub-500 team in Charlotte's much improved. They kind of feel good about themselves and drop their guard. Let's see if they have the maturity, the discipline to execute and get it done. Because the Hornets have some really good players, and they're off to a pretty good start.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about your impressions of the 76ers defense so far. We've talked about that a little bit on the show tonight earlier, but what have been your takeaways on the defensive end for this team, which right now has the top defensive efficiency in the whole league?
Well, certainly the numbers are really good. The metrics, as you say, fourth quarter defense, second half defense is right up there. Field goal percentage defense for the Sixers. Those are some of the stats. And again, there's probably, 50 other numbers that are data analytics that they look at, markers, whatever. But I just know that when Embiid is in there and you got somebody protecting the rim, and again, he's so fast, he can get to a driver, square him off, and then go back and contest the guy that he was guarding. You don't find that a lot tonight. Biyombo tonight for them is a shot blocker whose range you can cover some space. But that's a key, because again, there are going to be nights when your offense is not clicking, and the Sixers, their average, other teams are averaging 118, 120 points a game. They're averaging 108. So you're going to have to keep teams in check and keep them right around that 100-point mark if you can, which is what they've done. So this has got to be a hallmark of this team. This is what all coaches talk about. It's what all championship teams have, and that is teams that can guard. In any sport, defense is obviously key. So far, so good for the Sixers.
T-Mac, enjoy the game. Looking forward to hearing it on the radio.
Got it. Thanks, Brian.
T-Mac, I think personally, has really stepped up with the sweater/button-down combo in this brand new season. Always a sharp-dressing man, that T-Mac. I'm also lurking. I'll share this disclosure, Lauren. I lurk in the chat on our YouTube channel, and I see Marquise Graham seemingly really excited that Sadie and Erica are going to be performing at halftime at a future 76ers game when fans are in the house. I'm still excited about that.
I am still excited about that too. And I also try to stop by the YouTube comments during the show. So thanks as always to the folks that are joining us, engaging with each other. We're really thrilled to have you guys along and do this show before every game this season.
All right, it is a tradition here on 7-6 Live Countdown presented by Tissot to do the Tissot keys to the game against a 2-3 Charlotte squad, which has already beaten Brooklyn and Dallas for its 2 wins this season. They have Scary Terry, who dropped 42 in the season opener. They added Gordon Hayward in a sign and trade with Boston. They've got LaMelo Ball coming off the bench. So this is a team that's got some parts, Lauren, and I think they should be paid attention to and noted. My key, this is a 2-game series. It's a different dynamic. 76ers haven't done something like this in ages. Set the tone. Yes, start that countdown clock. I'm going to be out of here in 5 seconds. Set the tone for this 2-game series. Really try and, assert yourself game 1 and then go for the knockout punch in game 2 on Monday.
I love it. I'm all about it. And I like what Doc Rivers said before the game. Apparently, this is something that he's advocated for a long time. Multiple games against the same team. It's something that Doc thought would be exciting years ago. And now it's happening for the first time this season. We'll see how it goes. We shared your 24 seconds, I guess. And now I will move on to my key to the game, which is keep your foot on the gas. So to me, we waited the first 4 games to see a game where the group kept their foot on the gas for a full 48 minutes. So hopefully they're still driving quickly. They're still putting the pedal to the metal when they start out tonight, because that was so comforting to see the group really lock in for such an extended period of time. And if they can continue doing that all season, they are going to be so dangerous. So let's keep the foot on the gas tonight against Charlotte.
I would agree. Hey, perfect timing on that. Sticking the 24-second landing, Lauren. Great job. But I think, what you touched upon is right now it's still so early that the Sixers, we know, are a talented team. And I think a good byproduct of their success is the fact that they have some elite talent. And once we see more games played by this team and they get more reps together as a unit and practices and shoot-arounds and stuff like that under their belt, and the system really has an opportunity to click in, that's when I think what you were just talking about, what we heard the players discuss, there's an opportunity for this group to go to the next level.
Absolutely. And the numbers are already with the Sixers. I know this is something you and I have discussed, but the defensive rating through the roof, best in the NBA. They're blocking at a higher rate than anybody else in the league. And the offensive numbers aren't so bad either. So hopefully that's something that if they really think they can get better, if they're already the best in a couple of areas, that spells danger, I think, for everybody else.
All right, our time is just about done here on 7-6 Live Countdown presented by Tissot. Thank you to Ryan Coletti and Trevor Gaffney on the sticks. Great job, Christian Crosby, Erica, Sadie. Yet another reason to hopefully get through this pandemic as safely and swiftly as we can. Mask up, wash your hands, so we can all see Erica and Sadie perform at a 76ers game at the Center sometime soon.
Yes, indeed. Everybody stay safe. Thank you for rocking with us as always. And we will see you on Monday. This week has a lot of games. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you Thursday. Can't wait.